Okay, so in today's video, guys, we are going to be going through the top 10 Piggy secrets that you did not know about. Part 7. So of course, in today's video, like all of the previous, we are going to be going through 10 secrets, and guys, today, honestly, I have got some really good secrets to tell you guys that I know that you guys will not know. I would say that there are a good 4 to 5 secrets in today's video that will surprise you. And so if they do, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below so that I know how well I did with these secrets. I actually think that this could be one of the best secrets video that I have done in quite a while. But anyway, guys, if you could be using star code Antixx when you're buying Robux or Premium, that would be much appreciated. And I am also getting very close to 200,000 subscribers now. We are literally almost 1,000 subscribers away. So if you haven't yet already subscribed, could you make sure to do so? My aim is to potentially hit this before Piggy Chapter 9 does release. So if you guys could do me a favor and help me out, then that would be much appreciated. So guys, the top 10 Piggy secrets, let's do this. Number 1, DESSA. Now, did you know that we are actually in Pride Month? This month we celebrate the gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and also transgender. Now, if you take a very close look to the Piggy Discord, you can actually see that the main image is an image of DESSA. Now, did you know that DESSA is in fact a transgender character? And you can tell this because DESSA is a deer, and deers, like the males, they only ever get the antlers. The females, they don't get the antlers. So you can clearly see that DESSA has antlers, and DESSA has a lot of Roblox features that basically hints towards DESSA being a female. For example, she has the gloved hands rather than the fingered hands, and DESSA is also a female name. But this does clearly show that DESSA went from being a male due to having the antlers to a female, making DESSA a transgender character inside of Piggy. Hence the reason that that is why DESSA is the main image for the Piggy Discord chat. This is a way of Minitoon and the Piggy team to actually celebrate the LGBT community, and it's also their way of celebrating Pride Month. I'll be honest, when I saw this, I actually thought, wow, that is a really cool secret. So again, did you guys know that one? Let me know in the comment section down below if you knew this secret. Number 2. PGHL Films. Now, did you know that PGHL Films was actually once asked by Minitoon to do the animations for Piggy? So I'm going to put an image up on the screen right here. Now, this is an image from one of Minitoon's live streams. I don't know if this is a little bit cheeky, but there's this image that's been going around, and it basically shows a DM that is between Minitoon and PGHL Films. I wanted to just include this anyway because I did think that this was a very cool secret. Now, on the 2nd of April this year, 2021, Minitoon messaged PGHL Films saying, "Ahoy PGHL Films, I have a question for you. Do you animate your work inside of Studio?" And PGHL Films replies saying, "Yes, I do." What a chatterbox, eh? Anyway, Minitoon then replies saying, "Well, animating to me has been the most harrowing part of creating cutscenes. I'm more focused on the story, and the animations just take quite a lot of time to make for me. I'm a big fan of your work and was wondering if you'd like the opportunity to join the Piggy team." Now, PGHL Films then replies saying, "I was actually thinking about that, but there are 2 problems I have. 1, I have no skill of scripting whatsoever. 2, I'm really busy with school." He then goes on to say that he could send some animation emotes and stuff like that for Minitoon to use. But I did think that this was a pretty cool secret that Minitoon actually considered PGHL Films to do the animations that we all watch inside of Piggy. And let's be honest, PGHL Films animations are actually really well done. So am I surprised by this? No, I'm not really surprised by this, but it was quite cool to see when it actually came out. Number 3. MS.P disappeared. Now we all know that Piggy Intercity does take place after Piggy Book 2. So the time story basically goes Alice, Book 1, Book 2, and then Piggy Intercity. So we have actually got a game that is taking place after Book 2. Now we all know that MS.P, window in the city. Well, if you actually go into Intercity and go to the city and take a look at the exact same window that MS.P is in, she has disappeared. Now where has MS.P gone? Well, that's basically the end of Piggy Book 2. We're gonna kind of find out what has actually happened towards the end of Piggy Book 2 for her to disappear from that window in the city from Book 2, then changing into Intercity. So if you guys do have any theories about where she has disappeared to, then let me know in the comment section down below. Number 4, NAZARAMULET. Now I'm actually going to give some credit to the one, the only Creekcraft right here, because Creekcraft actually did a video just yesterday literally going through this secret, and he actually found a pretty big secret, and I watched his video and I'll admit, it really didn't look as though he found a secret as big as he did. Like, this whole thing that he found literally explained what the Eye of Insolence is. So let's go through this from the beginning. Minitoon tweeted out some emojis to hint towards Piggy Chapter 9. And in those emojis you had a hammer, you also had a tiger, which is obviously Tigery, you also have a robot, which could potentially be Mr. P or Robbie, and you also had some weird little eye thing right at the end. Well, what Creekcraft did is he went and took that emoji from the end, the Eye of Insolence looking one, and he copy and pasted that into Google. And that emoji actually came out as the NAZARAMULET. Whatever the NAZARAMULET is, well, we're actually about to get into that. So straight from Wikipedia, a NAZARAMULET is basically a word deriving from Arabic, meaning sight, surveillance, attention, and other related concepts. Is an eye-shaped amulet believed to protect against the evil eye. Now that's quite interesting. Does that mean that whatever this Eye of Insolence is going to be is actually going to be trying to save us against the evil eye? Whatever this NAZARAMULET thing, it really doesn't sound as though it's that bad. Does that mean that we're going to be getting a different type of Eye of Insolence in Chapter 9? It is commonly believed that the evil eye can be given in the guise of a compliment, signifying its connection to the destructive power of jealousy. Amulets such as the Nazar are used in accordance with the common sayings such as an eye for an eye. The evil eye causes its victim to become unwell the next day unless a protective phrase such as with the will of God is recited. So very mixed opinions on this one. I'm really not entirely sure what to make out of this, but the fact that Creekcraft actually copied and pasted this emoji into Google and found something called the NAZARAMULET, which technically what it's saying is it's trying to protect against the evil eye. So could that explain the future of the Eye of Insolence? Could this be giving us an insight into the finale of Piggy Book 2? Well guys, we're just going to have to wait and find out. Number 5, the Extra Insolence Eye. Now I know, we literally just went from the Insolence Eye to another Insolence Eye fact here. Now, if you go into Intercity, and of course we're going to mention again that Intercity does take place after Book 2, if you go to the school chapter, you can actually see another Insolence Eye. Now of course this one doesn't actually exist in the original Piggy Book 1 like school map, so this one is an additional Insolence Eye. Now does that mean that the Eye of Insolence, whatever it is going to be, is not going to be defeated? Does this mean that this is some form of clue that the Eye of Insolence is going to live on? Because one thing is for certain, that an extra eye showing up in the school chapter is extremely weird. Number 6, the Employee of the Month. Now, courtesy of a good friend here, Piggy Discussions on Twitter, they do some tweets here and there, basically giving out some fun facts. Now, I'm saying that they must have got this fun fact from Minitoon. Minitoon must have DM'd them and basically given them this fun fact. So right here, I'm going to put an image up on the screen, which is from Piggy Discussions, and they say, fun fact, Minitoon initially wanted to add a photo into the station map with your user's avatar on it, saying employee Employee of the Month, so that people knew that the player was an officer. Now clearly that was never pulled off, that never happened, but that was a really cool little secret that actually did come out just the other day. I do think that adding like a picture of our user's avatar into an actual game and seeing our avatar on an actual picture, I feel like that would have actually been a really cool little input right there, and if Minitoon could go back and add that in, I would actually openly welcome that into Piggy. I think that that would be a really cool idea and a really cool little feature to actually have in the station. Number 7, the factory page. Now I'll be honest, I haven't really bothered getting these pages, however I've seen that these pages are actually revealing quite a fair bit in the Piggy storyline. Now I'm going to read out this chapter 6 factory one because there's something actually pretty interesting in this page. Chapter 6, Factory. Willow almost teasingly gave us a head start in our duel. She fired her weapon into the air, destroying the light above us and covering the scene in darkness. The whispers started to take over again. This time, he and not responsible were all I could make out. As Pony and I made our way around the factory, we came across many of the Silver Paw members in danger. I still wonder how they got into those situations. I felt a cold presence when approaching them. Regardless, we saved them all while taking care of Willow. Now the really cool secret inside of this is that, of course, the player, the detective, we're actually hearing these whispers. There have been a couple of dialogues where we have been known to say things about the whispers. However, the whispers were happening in the factory, and this time it was he and not responsible. So who could this actually be speaking about? Could this be speaking about MS.P, or could this be speaking about Pony? Because Pony does feel as though he is responsible for some things that have happened. I know that Creekcraft is probably leaning towards MS.P being the guy that they're speaking about here, but I really feel as though that this could actually be speaking about Pony, because this map actually had quite a lot of like dialogue and kind of backline story about Pony. There was that note basically mentioning one thing or another. I'll put it up onto the screen right now so that you guys can have an idea of what I'm actually speaking about here. But clearly it's somebody that we think that is responsible for what has ever happened here with the infection, you know, this whole apocalypse that has happened in the Piggy storyline. Another thing is that we felt a cold presence when approaching the Silver Paw members in danger. Now that for me is pretty weird. This does prove that whatever the insolence is or something or other, it's going to be some form of paranormal kind of presence. This is whatever has put these Silver Paw members in danger. So I did think that this page was extremely interesting, which is why I had to add it in today's video. Number 8, She Knows. Now I did bring this up in a recent video about the top 10 notes, but I'm going to be bringing it up in today's video because I have not yet covered it in a top 10 secrets in Piggy. Now if you go into the ship map on the Medora, there are 2 notes. One that says she, which is literally right here up on the stairs, and there's also another one that says knows, which is right on top of the Medora, and you can literally just look over the balcony and it's literally right there. Now this does reveal quite a few things. This does mean that Budgie is keeping something close to her chest. Budgie knows something that we don't, and we know that Budgie is some form of liar because of that swimming pool accident lie that she has told us. But I do think that this note inside of the ship map is one of the most interesting notes inside of this chapter. What exactly does Budgie know? And why exactly is she keeping it close to her chest? Well guys, I'm sure that we are soon to find out. Number 9, the Insolence Eye. Now I'm actually going to mention something here that potentially you have actually not considered here. Now did you know that the Insolence Eye started turning up around the same time that we met TSP? Now of course we've had the Insolence Eyes turn up in the port, and we've had it turn up in like a couple of other maps, the sewers, and there's that whispering one down there as well. But these Insolence Eyes have actually started turning up ever since we actually met TSP. So we've never had an Insolence Eye in book 1. We didn't even have one in the alleys, which of course happened before book 1. But the Insolence Eye starts to turn up when TSP are around, the Silver Paw. And linking back to another secret that I have actually mentioned in today's video is that, yeah, there's the Insolence Eye that's in the school in the Intercity. So does that mean that at the end of book 2, these characters are going to go back to school? Does that mean that we are going to find William, and William has basically lost out on a lot of school time, and that William is going to go back to school and the Insolence Eye is going to follow him? Does that mean that William could well be the Insolence? Guys, at this point my brain is literally exploding. But if you guys do have any theories on this, then again let me know in the comment section down below. And finally, number 10, the event skins. Now, I did a quiz the other day that Mr. JB Bolter actually created for Creekcraft, and there was something pretty interesting in there that maybe not a lot of you guys did actually notice. Now, I think that I noticed this way back when I was doing all of these like Piggy roleplay skin release type things, and I was using the the images in the background to basically put these characters inside. But did you know that an event skin actually has a yellow border around its character, meaning that this character was once a part of an event? I mean, I never really considered it as a secret, I guess because I just knew it, but a lot of people probably didn't actually notice this. So a pretty cool secret. But anyway guys, that is our top 10 Piggy secrets that you did not know about part 7. Now again, I'm getting extremely close to 200k, so just please subscribe, please help me out here. I feel like I'm racing Piggy Chapter 9 right now. I want to hit 200k before Piggy Chapter 9 does release. You know, we've all got to set goals here and there. We've all got to do it. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me today. If you guys could be using star code Antixx when you're buying Robux or Premium, that would be much appreciated. But anyway, thank you all for joining, and we shall see you guys in the next one.